The Atlanta real estate market has hit a real balance point. Prices are really not going up or down. This past January, I talked about how 2023 was going to be the year of rebalancing, where supply and demand came into more equal balance. That seems to be what's happening in Atlanta. Let's take a look at the numbers. After prices ticked up a bit in January and February, March 22 to 23 was flat, no increase or decrease in prices. April and May both saw small declines of about 1.5% and 2.7% respectively. And now looking at June, the median sales price in Atlanta did not change from last year to this year. So looking at the total change in the median sales price this year, it's down around 1.7%. Now the average sales price is up 4.8% total this year. So the median sales price is slightly falling while the average sales price is slightly increasing. How does this happen? What it means is that the most expensive houses are getting slightly more expensive while the more affordable houses are getting slightly more affordable. That's pretty good news if you're a normal home buyer. The big takeaway from this is that Atlanta is proving to have price stability. When rates started going up last year, the prophets of doom came out and they predicted that Atlanta was just going to crash. Home values are going to crash in Atlanta. My take on the subject was that Atlanta just has too many things going in the right direction for there to be a housing crash. We have high demand because we have great weather, a growing economy, low crime, relatively low housing prices and cost of living numbers. And there's just a terrific quality of life here that I think people realize they aren't getting in the big cities. So while I was not among the doom and gloom crowd, I am happy to see some relative price stability. A couple years ago during COVID, prices were going up 1.5%, 2% every single month. It was kind of ridiculous. So it's nice to see that that's leveled off. Prices aren't going up and they really aren't going down. Now, looking at the numbers sometimes doesn't tell you how it actually feels on the ground if you're in the market, if you're trying to buy a house right now. The reality is there's a lot of houses on the market, lots of choices. The average house is taking almost a month to sell. And many of the homes I review are taking price drops before going under contract. The money is slow right now. Interest rates just ticked back up above 7%. So if you're a cash buyer or if you have a relatively large down payment and interest rates don't affect you as much, now is a great time to be looking. I've got investor clients shopping right now and we're finding some fantastic deals. There's also a lot of quiet listings going on. These are houses that sell off market for various reasons and they never hit the MLS. Many estate sale homes get sold this way. Many retirees, people who are downsizing, they don't want a lot of strangers traipsing through their house, especially post-COVID. They're just arranging these sales off market. We match up a buyer and a seller. It shows up in the public tax records, but you're never going to see it on Zillow. That's why it's a good idea to work with an agent who lives in the area that you're targeting. They'll have a big network and they'll be able to identify people who are typically older, but sometimes not. They want to sell their house. They don't actually want to list it on MLS in a traditional fashion. They just want to find a buyer, sign the paperwork, and move on. So keep that in mind if you're searching for a specific neighborhood. So the Atlanta market is starting to balance out, which is what I've been predicting. Halfway through 2023, we're seeing a slight decrease in the median sales price and a slight increase in the average sales price. Again, that has to do with the more expensive homes getting slightly more expensive and the more affordable homes becoming slightly more affordable. So I think that's good news all around if you're an average home buyer. As always, feel free to reach out to me with any questions you may have. My contact information is in the box below. Love to talk to people making the move to Atlanta or looking for an investment in Atlanta. Talk to you soon. Thanks.